Hello everyone, thank you for all the questions since our last video. I really appreciate it. I can't believe the increasing support and interest in our company services. So after last time I decided to let you know further what to do when you have a UK company and you are a US citizen. So you had some time to think what kind of entity you have, how you registered in the United Kingdom, and now you would like to register this company in America and would like to see how this will be treated from Internal Revenue Service perspective. So here it goes. You really have to look how much ownership you have in your company. Whether you have more than 10% ownership, less than 10% ownership, more than 50% ownership, less than 50% ownership. These are the two major aspects you have to look at. Okay, let's start if you have less than 10% ownership in the UK company and you are a US citizen. You don't need to do anything. All you need to do is enjoy the ownership. Don't forget to get your dividends. You don't need to file no tax return with the Internal Revenue Service. In the situation where you have more than 10% ownership, then you have things to consider. You may have a US tax filing requirement. There is a form called 5471. It's called US persons having an interest in the foreign company. So whether you have to file it or not, you have to think before you open a company. Right, if you have more than 10% ownership in this company, then IRS will be looking for a tax return and will look forward to see you filing when you have change in the ownership of this company. So first year you have to tell Internal Revenue Services how much ownership you have, who are the other owners. You have to report your income statement, balance sheet, and other information. And then file this form together with your individual income tax return, and you are all set until the next year comes. Next year, if you don't have change in the ownership of this company, you don't need to do anything. Well, some companies do like to file abbreviated form 5471. You may choose to do so, or you may choose to wait until the ownership of this company changes. But at this point, IRS law is not clear. In the situation where you have more than 50% ownership, then you have more scrutiny. You have to take a look more closely what IRS wants from you. In this situation, you have a control over your foreign corporation. Then you have a controlled foreign corporation, and you need to tell Internal Revenue Services exactly what is happening. Again, you have to file Form 5471. You have to report income statement, balance sheet. Also, you have to start thinking about Subpart F. What is Subpart F exactly? Many people don't know about it, but usually when you have a corporation, you get a nice tax deferral. You are taxed only when you get a dividend or when you have a salary. You can actually have both, salary and dividend. So what happens when you have certain transactions that Internal Revenue Service is not really fond of? Then you don't get that deferral. You have to report such transactions on your current income tax return and pay taxes on these transactions. We have a list of the transactions that are not really favorable from IRS. Please do contact us. We will be happy to share it with you. So time has come to file a Form 5471 and your income tax return. You have thought what you want to do. If you have more than 10% ownership, you may want to dispose the shares, the interest, to someone else so you can reduce your ownership under 10%, and in this situation you don't have to file anything with Internal Revenue Service. So if you have more than 10% and you would like to increase your ownership, that is also fine. You still don't have controlled foreign corporation until you have more than 51% ownership. You are having not such a complex situation. when you do have a controlled foreign corporation, then I would highly recommend not to do the form yourself. Contact a tax advisor. At Eagle Taxation, we're happy to help you. We have qualified practitioners who will be really taking care of your situation and make sure all the tax filing is done properly. So this is a brief overview about what needs to be done. We are looking forward to seeing you soon, and hopefully you have a lovely day and thinking what you want to do next. Next time I will talk, if you have a partnership, what to do, what returns to file with the Internal Revenue Service. So for today, that is all. Have a lovely day, and see us at Eagle Taxation. Looking forward to seeing you soon. Cheers.